It's not working. Working. So, how you got it on phone? Translation. Yeah. Now choose which is better. Which one is the best? Okay. Sounds like. Is that okay? Uh, for the beginning, first we need to motivate the motivations. So whatever you listens, whatever you studies, you may study for the sake of all sentient beings, not only for the self. So just contemplate it on that for 1 minute. Okay, Mark, start prayer. And by the courage, practice, giving, and so forth, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Until enlightenment, I go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And by accumulation, practice, giving, and so forth, may I become the Buddha to the benefit of all sentient beings. Until enlightenment, I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And by the accumulation, practice, giving, and so forth, may I become a Buddha to the benefit of all sentient beings. All sentient beings derived with happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never separate from happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings by equanimity, fear of vice, reversion. May all sentient beings be happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and causes of suffering. May all sentient beings may all sentient beings have fear of vice, aversion. May all sentient beings be happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never separate from happiness and causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free of vice, aversion, inevitable, incurable, perfect, and wisdom, unrising, never ceasing space, sufficient, the wonder of organization, with God, another, in inventing organization, there is no ceasing, no raising, no relation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, and no process to the coming. One who taught I prostrate to the mother of Buddhas and hearers and with her, who though the much of knowledge leads here seek peace, who through the knowledge of path cross liberation, this is the aim of the world, and through the patience of which subdue self teachers and director Majugosh, who holds at the heart and volume of scripture, showing that his mind and devoted by the search with clarity and reasoning like a sun. See all the existing things as they are, and may avoid this voice of the spiritual. He teaches the living beings to by suffering, and the beings of the universe. From the sleep of disturbings, attitudes, and emotions, and free us from the shackle of oppression. The sword in his lens removing the language of ignorance, as many there are. Pure for the asset, having turned to the he was Moses' perfection calling. In this former principle, son of perfect, adored with 100 wills glorious sin, above my Josha, to remove the sin of darkness, Arapatanati. And the grand miracle of the ground stirred with the insect. Mountain Meru, four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine the Buddha's land about offerings to you, male living. The meeting teachings of the prayer stage is through the spiritual monitor kindness. I dedicate these virtues all living beings to be cured by the excellent spiritual. Okay. Do you have any questions from the last? Mark, you have questions? No. Any questions? So we move to page number 99, I think so. And you have, right now I distribute a page, right? The paper, sorry. So first we go to the page number 99. You can find the definitions of awareness to which object appear but not ascertained, right? So you can find out the definitions over there. So the definition is, so actually the explanations of definitions and so on in further in the text, they explain about more about that one. But in the beginning he talked about the man for object. So when we talk about the object, they divide into 4 categories. So the page I distribute here is the talking about the 4 object. So here they didn't explain what are the 4 objects and so on. So I bring this one for you to know, understand what are the 4 objects and so on. Okay. So the definition of awareness to which object appear but not assertions is a knower to which specifically characterized phenomena, which is its object of engagement clearly appearance, but which is unable to induce what ascertainment with the respects to its, right? So did you understand the meaning? What do you mean by that? So we covered it many times, right? So the any kind of the consciousness, that awareness, should be the object of engagement over here, talking about the specified characterized. So should be appear but not assertions, right? So no, the thing is, that is book, right? So just like uh, that is also when you see in the dark, right? Talking in the dark. Mm. Uh, this is not Egypt. This is Nang Lamang. How so in the darkness you appear the tree, so you did not distinguish is the tree or the people, right? So the thing is, you clearly what object of engagement you clearly understand properly the shapes or whatever. But I think this is not also a kind of this kind. So here, just like any kind of object, it's just appear to you. You cannot recognize the shapes and whatever that is. So like something appear. Mostly here talking about the given example, like when you are listening to some very interesting music, or you are looking for a very beautiful form, you hear some sound, or when you are listening, looking for some beautiful forms or whatever, when your mental is totally toward that object, you're totally focused on that one, then you something here, but seems like you hear something, but you don't know what is that.
So like you're really absorbed in a really good book, and someone comes in and goes, "Hey, Mark," and you don't even hear them because you're so absorbed in the
Yeah, kind of like whether you can observe, you have more interest in the sound. If you're listening too much, I mean your best, your most favorite music, you your mind totally goes into the music and whatever you are singing, whatever doing, and suddenly it appears something. You know something is traveling, but you don't know what is that. Or during that time, you didn't understand the object properly. So just like for example, you are like you know the object properly, right? In the darkness, you know the shapes and so on. But over there, you even they don't know understand the shapes and whatever. He just saw something like moving something, but he cannot make clarify. Non describing seeing. How to say? Uh, not how to say? Not only that. Just like we talk about the mental and the sense consciousness. Sense consciousness never discriminate, right? So that is not the point. Just like over here, just like even the sense consciousness didn't clearly understand the object. He's he the object of engagement, whatever it is. We talk about the specifically characterized phenomena of object of engagement, any kind of that. You appear shortly, not for the kind of like uh, there's no chance to discriminate what is that or that. Yeah, that's close. That is kind. But one thing is, during that time, you understand that is the people, right? One thing is like that. But in that, even you didn't understand what is the object is. Just moving something. You even don't know what is that object properly. Actually, it's kind of like how to say, when you are starting deeply, you hear you moving something, right? That seems like actually your one is like when you starting deeply, then moving, people coming moving. You cannot recognize the properly. That's one. Okay. So here, if you go to the in the explainer, they give the first There are generally four types of objects, right? So if you go to the four types of object here, so what is the first? You need to know what is the definitions of object. What is meant by object, right? So that which is known through awareness is called object. Okay, that which is known through object. So example like pot, uncompounded space, and any kind of things. Okay, so I just go to the four types of object. So one is like appearing object, and no, appearing object. Yeah. Second is the object of apprehension, and third is object of engagement, and fourth is object of determined object. So these four, right? So the most of the sense consciousness have first three, not the last one. Last one is only unique of conceptual thought. Okay, last one is only unique of conceptual thought, and all the consciousness has appearing object. Necessarily we have all the consciousness have appearing object, but the determinate object is only the unique of conceptual consciousness. Okay, so if you go through the appearing object first, what is meant by appearing object or whatever. So it is now over here talking about the appearing object of direct perception and appearing object of conceptual thought. Okay, and kind of like, so distinguish it's important to distinguish between appearing object of conceptual consciousness and non-conceptual consciousness. Okay, so talking about the conceptual and non-conceptual. So when we talk about the direct perception, that is all non-conceptual consciousness. Okay, just like non-conceptual consciousness can be like wrong consciousness, can be a non-conceptual consciousness. So like eye consciousness appearing snow as a blue. Actually, the color of snow is white, right? So if you appear like blue, or like double moon, so we can appear like two moons by eye consciousness. They are wrong consciousness. They are also non-conceptual consciousness. Okay, and like when we see eye consciousness table, seeing the table directly, they are non-conceptual consciousness. We don't need to use the concept to see the table. So these are things. So conceptual consciousness, we mostly know about the thought, your thought, and so on. So now here talking about the appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness and permanent are equivalent. Whatever it is object, whatever is appearing object of conceptual consciousness, it necessarily be a permanent. Okay, you got it. So the thing is mostly with here. The first line. The appearing object of conceptual consciousness and permanent are equivalent. Here, object of engagement. Here. I'm explaining them. So conceptual consciousness mostly use the meaning generality. So we call imputed permanent, right? They are mostly, we talk about a one. One is imputed. So we call it one is permanent because it's only object of conceptual. It's imputed on with the difference between this is talking about the lower school in Sutric schools. So we need to know the distinguish between high schools and the lower schools. So the high schools, when we talk about the imputed, is totally different from this lower schools. Okay, so in the lower school, all the imputed, only just like all the imputed phenomena are permanent. Necessarily be. Okay, in a lower school, so if it is imputed, it necessarily be a permanent. You got it? So just like whatever you are imputing one, isolate, and so on, they are talking about the imputed. So you go further, you will, I think, find something. So the appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness and impermanent are equivalent. Okay. Appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness and impermanent are equivalent. Here is another, you have to make distinguish between other things and so on. So here later you will know. Therefore, if it is appearing object of, continually here, therefore, if it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness, it necessarily be a permanent. However, if it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness appearing it not necessarily be a permanent. Okay. Yeah, apprehending it. You got it? This is Sutric school. Todeva. So got it? So one thing is, however, if it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness, apprehending it not necessarily be a permanent. Okay. For example, horns of rabbit. You got it? You got it? No? So it's talking about okay. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever here talking about the appearing object of conceptual consciousness is equivalent to what? Permanent, right? The appearing object of conceptual consciousness is equivalent to permanent. But you have to think, if it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness apprehending it, that one is not necessarily be a permanent. So the conceptual consciousness thinking about horns of rabbit. Horns of rabbit. What is the appearing object? Appearing object is horns of a rabbit. Right?
So the concept itself is what we're talking about as being permanent. The fact doesn't change. The horns of the rabbit, meaning the statement, the horns of the rabbit. That concept doesn't change. Is that what you're saying?
Not that one. Here talking about the consciousness, wrong consciousness, conceptual consciousness who appear the horns of rabbit, thinking about conceptual means thought, right? Thinking about the horns of rabbit, whatever he saw before by eye, he might wrong consciousness, right? So he might that is. So he in later he think about that one. Oh, that must be horns of rabbit, whatever. So talking about that, what is the appearing object during that time? So the appearing object. Nangyul. What he appear? He appear horns of rabbit, right? So in general, talking about the if it is appearing object, it necessarily be a permanent. Right? Before you go. Do you remember? Whatever it is appearing object, whatever it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness, the appearing object of conceptual consciousness and permanent are equivalent, right? So now you look. I will just wait.
When you use in the sentence appearing object of conceptual consciousness and permanent, are you talking about the concept permanent and the concept appearing object
Concept.
of conceptual consciousness, or are you saying appearing object of a conceptual consciousness is permanent?
Appearing object of conceptual consciousness is permanent. Yeah.
Okay, so it is permanent.
Mm-mm.
When we say are equivalent, it sounds like you're saying these two things conceptually, as they are these separate things are the same, instead of saying it is permanent. It's just strange wording.
No. Itself is. Now I will give you. What? So first you go look down, then you will might be further find. So here talking about what are Nangyul. So the appearing object. What is the appearing object? Is meaning generality. Yeah, Dunchi is meaning generality, not real object. It's your thought is meaning. So this meaning generality is permanent.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say. So we're talking about once the mind has these archetypes of concepts,
Uh-huh.
they're changeless. So like my archetype of a car
Yeah.
comes about from like when I was 3 years old, 2 years old, and saw a car for the first time. It gets registered in my mind. So every car I see is somehow tied to the archetype of carness. What it is, the quality of being a car, right? Ish.
So sometimes I didn't understand your words. How to say?
So when I think of, just to expound, just to probably say what you just said, when I think of a unicorn, I probably think a horse with a horn.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the same thing, the same mental conceptual image in my mind. That's permanent, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So we are saying just like
Because this image is always the same.
image is not changeable. It's like Dunchi. Is the image is no. What is it?
It's mind only. Remember, it's mind only. I mean, sutra school.
According to the lower schools,
So they would say no.
but according to the higher schools, it's not.
Is it changeable?
High school Dunchi. I don't know. I don't remember.
It's not permanent, right?
Hold on a second. This falls into the Chienchena.
So the thing is, yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about car, okay, the difference between a car, the car, and Mark's car, they're all related to the dinchi of car. Right?
Uh-huh. Even your marker right now you appear something.
They're different, but the basis is car,
Yeah.
carness.
Then
Motani. Does that work?
I
So the dinchi, which is car, is these three are cheda. So we have the
meaning generally.
yes, we have these are the carness is the dinchi.
Yeah.
And then akar, the car,
Yeah.
are cheda.
Yeah.
Okay, so then car itself is an archetype for which all these other things are. Here's a giant folder called carness, and we can put all these other things in there that are car. So if somehow we take out of the folder or out of the universe all 2002 black Cavaliers, they can no longer exist, but car still exists. But if we destroy cars, then my car is gone, your car is gone, your car is gone, your car is gone. They can no longer exist, right?
Then
So the concept, car, as an archetype or as a, is that even a good word for it? As a generality. I think you should probably do a little chin up for a while to make that one a little bit more.
Chinjira. Then it's I can go to. So how to say? Denji dendu chua. Just wait for a minute. So more on page number.
28 about appearing object in introduction.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's gonna.
So I no, you just look for the page. You can read. You might understand. So for the horns of reboots, right? The instants are the appearing object of conceptual consciousness appearing the horns of reboots, non-existent, do not have any unique specific. So now here talking about the horn. When you talk about the conceptual thought, who think about the horns of rabbit, right? What is the appearing? What the on that consciousness? What he appear? they appear horns of rabbit. Actually, horn of rabbit is not exist, right? So they're talking about the whatever it's appearing. So how to say? Kind of like imagine. I can say kind of like imagine. I don't know. So mainly like mostly you are meaning generally you have something thought and you are making mixed together the reality and the meaning generally together, and you feel that the thought is reality, the car, whatever. Actually, it's not the real car. You are thinking that is as a car. So that general meaning generally you have whatever you are thought. That's talking about the permanent. So if you go to the page number 141, there's a two mind divisions of like eliminative and the collective engager. So two kind, right? So the most of the conceptual thought are determining each and every, separating, right? These are all the terminology. What do you say? So you should look a novel that engage object by power of terminology. Page 141. So you got it. So one thing when we talk about how to say it. So if you go to this second line, it say, however, right? If you go to the page, this one, this one's hand out the I don't know how to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, if it is appearing object or consequence appearing it, the make is it make different. You have to think the thought, horns of rabbit, the thought, they think about the something that is actually the meaning generally. That is permanent meaning generally. But appearing it what? Appearing it what? Horns of rabbit. That is not talk permanent. So talking about actually appearing object is permanent because the only the meaning generality. Not the talking about the horns of rabbit or so on. So the thing is, whatever appearing object, it necessarily be a permanent. So mostly appearing object are meaning generality, not the real things. So when we talk about the thinking about the table in your house now, think about your house. When you think you have meaning generally, house is the door is here, this is this, whatever. You are thinking about generality, meaning generality, right? So that generally is permanent. Talking about, yeah. Rikchi. Yeah. The meaning. Dachi and Donji mean different. Terminology is Dachi. Dachi, Donji. Tra is tram, right? Sound generally.
Wait a minute. I read something wrong. Yeah, word terminology. No, here it says the word terminology refers to a meaning generality.
Okay, okay.
So that means jinchi.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's using terminology and meaning generality synonymously.
Here, the meaning of this one.
So when you say pot, the word pot, and you hear pot, jachi or jinchi?
This dachi.
Okay, she's wrong. She says the explicit object of expression of the sound expressing pot is pot's meaning generality.
But you have thought, right? Because of that, you appear something thought. That's talking about meaning generally. You have sound generally, you have meaning generally. If I give you something, expressed by sound, something, first you think about the sound, what you hear. That is sound generally. If you think about that one, then it's become meaning generally.
Then that makes me wonder if the first. So when we're talking about archetypes, we talk about. I don't think we're talking about archetypes. We're talking about that pot, that specific pot. But the meaning generality around that pot, the one that we perceive.
Hey, now you know, you feel.
I don't know if I agree with you. The reason why is because what he's implying to is some previous line of consciousness. And so that thing there is in this moment. But I have nothing preceding that specific thing. So I think we're in the ballpark of archetype, but I'm not sure.
What?
Can you explain better what you're thinking?
Because it's conceptual. Subsequent cognition is.
Well, so it seems to me we're talking about the meaning generality of existent versus meaning generality of non-existent. It seems like that's the dividing line. And so on the side of existent, it could be that pot, or it could be the category of pot. I mean, it could be potentially either one. But if it's category, I think that just sort of muddies the water. It's simpler to talk about that pot because there it is. There's a meaning generality around that pot, and I understand what you're saying. That the pot is changing, right? Right. But well, we're not talking about the object being used. We're talking about the concept. Right. What's appearing. And so I perceive it. There's a meaning generality that is created based on that perception, and it's that meaning generality that we're talking about. But that pot, when you say that pot, even this pot, is a chela, which is specific, which doesn't fit in the generality.
Generally, don't need to think of a higher.
Okay.
Just but if you think about the instant, the meaning of that pot. If I talk about the golden pot, then you have something thought, right? That is called meaning generally. You don't need to think about in general pot.
Okay, so we're talking about that pot.
Yeah,
right now.
you can also that pot also. If I say
How is that not changing?
the thought, whatever you are thinking is called meaning generally. Generally, meaning generally doesn't mean for thinking about the general. We talk about generally and instant, right? No need to think about the generally that one. That's the meaning. What happened? No, it's non-existent. It's not existent. But it not necessarily be a non-existent. Some are existent. Over here, talking about horns of rabbit, it's not existent, right? Giving example. So you have to think the meaning appearing. So is over here they're talking about appearing object of conceptual consciousness and operating object of conceptual consciousness appearing it. You have to make differentiate between this. What is appearing object of conceptual consciousness always be permanent. We are here talking about the appearing object. We are here not talking about the appearing object of conceptual consciousness appearing it. That can be any kind of like permanent or impermanent or non-existent, whatever. Here talking about whatever it is appearing object of conceptual consciousness, it needs to be a permanent, because the conceptual consciousness is thinking about the meaning generality. Okay. So how to say? You got it?
I think so. I'm close to something. So,
Can I try?
yes.
What I'm saying is the difference between conceptual consciousness and the conceptual consciousness apprehending something. The conceptual consciousness is the subject of the conceptual consciousness is whatever the concept is that you're thinking about. If the conceptual consciousness is apprehending something, okay, so if the conceptual consciousness that's thinking about a concept, that concept is going to be permanent. That's an unchanging thing. But if the conceptual consciousness is apprehending something, the thing that is apprehending could be anything.
I guess the problem I've got with it is when we use the word, again, here I am going to bring this up again. When we use the word permanent, it almost makes things inflexible. And it is possible for the brain to wire new features into any bit of data that it's held onto.
Okay.
And so therefore it's
I spent a little bit of time trying to figure that one out. I think if the concept changes, then you discard the old concept and you create a new permanent concept.
Okay. That makes sense then. So you're just once the new information has replaced the old data, then the new data becomes changing.
Yes.
Or
becomes a new permanent concept. So
again, loosely permanent.
The concepts are always the same. You may discard it maybe from an old outdated concept, but then you have a new updated permanent concept.
Gotcha. So basically, once you have a neural network created concerning a concept, that neural network is inflexible until you've willfully wired new information into it.
Right. And so what the difference that he's talking about here is that the difference between the concept you're thinking about and the consciousness, the conceptual consciousness apprehending an object, an external, another object. So the apprehension of a thing, that thing can be existent, non-existent, permanent, impermanent, whatever.
Okay.
But the concept itself is always going to be permanent.
Now we got it?
You got it? That's good then. So, sorry for what? Here now, the second you have to think is the appearance object of non-conceptual consciousness is impermanent. Right? The appearance object of non-conceptual consciousness necessarily be impermanent. Impermanent, and now you make difference, because non-conceptual never use the concept thinking about something like that, right? So it directly appear whatever is like tables or whatever. So whatever you think about, when we talk about the permanent, mostly by imputed, by conceptual, like concept or whatever, by imputing. All the permanent are imputed on something, somewhere, some place, because of impermanent things. We talk about uncompounded space. We impute on somewhere, there is no, I forgot. There's no something touchable and so on. We impute on somewhere, mentally imputed. Right? So now he talk about the concept over here appearing conceptual consciousness, any kind of just like you appear your house conceptual right now, talking about conceptual, you are appearing your house by thought. That was you are also imputing by concept. Like what you think that concept is your house, you are imputing that one. That is permanent. You are imputing, right? The concept is. So the thing is, right now the appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness, there's no chance to impute now. They are not using concept, right? Non-conceptual consciousness. Like eye consciousness, see directly. Yeah, see the house directly. So the object, what is the appearing object? What he appear? The things, permanent change, impermanent things. The appearing object.
Yeah, when I think about my house now, it's purely conceptual.
Yeah,
But when I get home and I pull up in the driveway, it's not conceptual and it's impermanent. Is that what you?
yeah, like that.
Neuroscientists have said that there's no such thing for a working brain, there's no such thing as pure memory. Because the memory is always morphing and changing and adding new stuff and new details to it. And the only way you can have a pure memory is if there's brain damage and those certain neural networks cannot be accessed. So I'm struggling to see if this is how this.
I think what's and this is very little knowledge. When I think conceptually, when I think of things, I think about how I feel about them and how that causes me stress. Like that yard that was a disaster for our house. When I think of it, that's what comes up, and that causes suffering. So I think that's probably the idea. It's like, how can I overcome delusions?
Well, see, when working with students,
Conceptually and non-conceptually. That's what I try to use this very.
when I work with students, like when I'm teaching, there's one skill that I teach them. The first thing that I try to teach them. I know that I need to try to get them connected to a skill set they already have. Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you so I can illustrate this better. The first thing that color guard learns is called a drop spin. Flag goes down, and you turn it, and it comes back up. So I always tell the kids over and over again that this is the same mechanism as turning a doorknob, and hopefully that pings out something in their brain where they put the information together. And every day, over time and familiarity, they become more and more proficient. So the first concept they have, so we're talking about always replacing concepts. I don't know if I can jive with that right now, because that's an ongoing process.
But if they repeat
Well, I guess
the
that's true.
doorknob as a child, then that would like create a total.
So once the new information is established, it stays that way until more information. Okay,
Yeah.
then I can jive. All right, I can jive. I get it now.
Or if they grew up in a house with sliding doors, they have to do that.
I get it's the word.
That's the reason why you're always surprised when you see someone that the last time you saw them, they're a little kid, now they're like a young adult.
Oh yeah.
And you're always surprised because in your head they're still that little kid.
Owen Fletcher.
Their image hasn't changed.
Owen Fletcher. I didn't see him for like 6 years, and then all of a sudden this man walks into the kitchen. I'm like, is that Owen?
So
Yeah.
it's because
Yeah, that's true.
it's unchanged.
I get it. Okay.
That's true,
The
right?
word permanent always throws me off because I think eternal. I think never
It's
change.
just a word.
It doesn't matter how we're studying words, dude. The whole thing's about studying words.
I think when we hear
We're not
permanent,
studying words.
we also think the
Sen-
opposite
sen-
of impermanence,
sen-
and that causes a lot of
Sen-
trouble.
yeah.
We're studying concepts.
Kijing ma main ba. Yes.
I just think that I get hung up on the fact that that which knows these concepts could suffer a seizure and lose it all or die, and definitely dies. We all die. So I mean, I guess the concepts. I'm just having a hard time with that. You're saying the concepts are permanent. The generalities or categories are permanent but not on an individual basis because nothing's permanent, right?
See, but that's the word. That's why I'm getting tripped up on the word. And there are things that are changeless that aren't permanent. And that's what we've had this. You and I've had this discussion before. And Geisha said, "I'm right." There are things that don't change. I'm just gonna say. I need him here.
If you cannot use that one.
Okay, emptiness is emptiness changing or unchanging?
Anjing.
It's permanent.
I'm not really-
Permanent.
Anyway, the words that they're using in Tibetan Tagpa means not when there is no pen.
This word permanent isn't being used as the opposite of the different ones.
But the words in Tibetan are translated actually as changing or unchanging. Takpa means unchanging. Mitapa means changing. The definition of unchanging or mitapa or of changing is it lasts for only a moment. Kechikma. So emptiness doesn't change.
I don't think this has to do with
But
permanent.
the word permanent also brings with it the connotation of forever.
In my mind, forever, but
But
my mind's impermanent. So in a diluted quality, I think all things are permanent. My mom thinks her love for her children will never change as long as she's alive.
But we're talking on a technical level.
True. I'm not talking on a
About is changeless until you add something new to it, and then that concept is a new concept.
right. But I have concepts in my mind that in my diluted mind, which is my whole mind, that are permanent, and of course they're not. But I think they're permanent, delusionally. So that's what I'm taking from this.
I like that. That's good. There's an excuse for everything.
I wasn't here last week, so I might not.
No, that's good. That's good.
We didn't touch that last week.
That's just what
We
I say.
skipped.
So
Skipped a couple of weeks on
Or
that.
sound like an idiot when I say I wasn't here last week.
So, Mr. These definition here, for them to be valid, should we understand these statements within a time period
what do you mean?
for them to be true?
What do you mean?
Like for these statements here. So, because you brought in this pronoun, if we consider something within a period of time, then I can understand that this statement makes sense. But if we're talking about, any time, and we don't have a time concept when we're talking about these things here, then it may not necessarily be true.
How? This, how to say? The statement or whatever. I don't know how to say. I don't know what it means by statement probably. So this one, right? You are talking about this one, right? This is true every time. There's no fix between this. It to be true. It should be changed after that one. There's no whatever the statement is like. If here talking about the appearance object, whatever the conceptual consciousness, it's always be permanent.
So what I really mean is that, okay, so let's say we observe a period of time, just for the sake of conversation, a year, 1 year. Then what Craig explained makes sense. Because, as long as the apprehension doesn't produce any new data, the constant appearing object. Okay, so then we keep that that conceptual thought. So that for that period of time, that is true. But if you said that in any time, let's say for any period of time, it's not necessarily true. Because let's say at midnight, my apprehension updated today, conceptual thought of it, then my conceptual thought of that object, it had changed. And that, back to what Mark is mentioning, he does have a problem with the word permanent, and that makes sense. Because, if we don't have a time period, then what he said is true.
So
It doesn't stay permanent, it can change.
so what is mean by permanent?
Just like he said, permanent.
Without changing by cause and condition. It's called permanent. Your concept is when you have cause and condition to change, then it's no longer permanent, right? These things are just like whatever, just like till you have valid things. That concept, whatever you have new edit before, whatever for last for 1 month or 2 months, the concept is remaining same for that period. Is it changing because of other things without any condition? without any knowing any new message, new thought? Is it change? No. So so within that period, right? Even if you don't have new information on that one, it will never change, right? Whatever your concept is thinking about, it will never change, right? So this is permanent, right? For that period. So impermanent are always changing, every day by day, minute by minute, second by second. So this is permanent because it's not changing by cause and any cause and condition. Right? When you talk momentary, whatever the kechigma means, actually it was changed by momentary, moment by moment, by cause and condition, not by when you change itself. It means there's something giving force, cause and condition like that. So that's why they're changing. The concept itself is staying forever, right? So right now you have something about, you have bad thing about me, the concept, a bad action, bad about me you have now. Tomorrow someone tell very good about me, your concept change. But from now to till tomorrow, that concept is remaining same until addition. Yeah, that's same, right? There is no changing, right, on that concept. So that concept become permanent. Permanent doesn't mean need to be very last forever. Just the pen is broken, pen broken. When it's broke, it's no longer pen. So the every permanent have actually the permanent and impermanent are one entity. Now you know that. This have pen. This is pen, right? This also we talk about one. One is the quality of the pen. If you bring this one, one is permanent. One is not changing. It should always be one, right? One pen. So it's have also isolated. It's isolated from red pen, yellow pen, green pen, my books, and so on. It's just pen isolated, right? So isolate itself is permanent. When it break, it's no longer pen. It's
No, is the pen as the pen itself, is it permanent?
I'm not talking about isolate. I'm talking about the one, the quality, isolated, one, and so on.
Concept,
Yeah. When you talk about one is the concept of here,
not the jugular, but the non.
right? When we talk about the, so I will show you the page number 141, right? The point is like, Noah, its object by power of terminology. Noah that engage its object by power of terminology, right? By using terminology. So just like the we are talking about the conceptual thought, all like created by conceptual. Like this is not a black pen. This is not a green pen. Also this one talking about. This is not a yellow pen, whatever. And this is not a fan. This is not a human being. These are using concept, right? So discriminating, right? We are discriminating. So they are talking about the isolate, right? That isolate is permanent over here. Till if the pen break, then it's no longer a pen, right? And also emptiness of this pen no longer, selflessness of pen is no longer there because it's not a pen. It's changing, right?
So when you break the pen, then you have the emptiness of this part.
Broken, yeah.
The emptiness of this part of the pen.
No, broken. This is not. You cannot say
The
pen.
emptiness of the pen doesn't exist anymore.
You cannot say this pen. This is not no pen.
Pen part of pen.
Yeah, you can say.
Broken part of pen. The emptiness of the pen.
The pen is no longer there, right? So the permanent over here means for whatever the by cause and condition, there is no possible to change of one for this one, or isolation of this one, or emptiness of this one. Whatever you do, until the pen itself is not broken, we cannot say the quality of one isolation, emptiness cannot be changed. But concept is every changing moment by moment, right?
The object is changing moment by moment, but the concept
Concept is not changing, right?
stable.
Talking about that one. So now here talking about the appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness always be impermanent, right? So now here I ask you, the direct perceiver we see selflessness. What is the appearing object?
Say it again.
Direct, the wisdom we see selflessness. So what is the appearing object of that non-conceptual consciousness? We cannot say emptiness. Emptiness is permanent, right? But yeah, no. Not here. Nothing is appearing object of non-conceptual consciousness should be what? Impermanent. If you talk about selflessness, selflessness is permanent. During that time, he see what? Pungbo, the aggregates. So, talking about the aggregates, lagging of self. Talking about the aggregates is the object, appearing object on that one. So, the over here talking about all the imputed, all the permanent are imputed by concept on somewhere, conceptual consciousness. That's the point. All the impermanent, all the permanent things are imputed by conceptual thought on somewhere. If you talk about uncompounded space, is what imputed on the compounded space, like this space or whatever. So when we talk about one is, we cannot show this. I cannot see one, right? How I can see one? The letter is not a one, right? The letter is the pattern, right? This is not a one, right? Right? So how we can see one by eye consciousness? No, not possible. It's only by concept. You are imputing. Oh, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. You are imputing. That will never change forever. Even if you use your hammer, whatever, and it will still remain 1. That is the concept talking about. Yeah, that is permanent. So, permanent exists. What do you say? You got it?
That's a good. I believe in that.
So permanence, though, is also impermanent.
Huh?
Something that is permanent is also impermanent.
Permanent is not permanent.
Can be replaced.
Not the concept.
If the concept
No, no.
can be
No, now the thing.
No, but then it's not the same concept.
well, then what happened to the old concept?
Different concept, right?
Where? Where?
Diluted mind.
Where? If the mind has been undiluted, where does the diluted concept go?
Don't ask me.
What do you say? You said the concept is changing, so the permanent should be changed.
No, the concept didn't change. A new concept emerged.
So
Where
the
did the old concept go?
all concept gone. All concept eliminate by new concept.
So it's gone?
Yes.
I think I might have a metaphor to bear with me for 1 second. When I was a kid, I thought Kiss was the greatest band ever, right? Today,
What do you mean?
I think Kiss is the shittiest band ever, right? So what changed about that, right? My concept of what Kiss has changes, but the fact is that Kiss was a historical band that existed. What doesn't change? Kiss was always there, and that band, for what it is what it is.
We forget it.
What
We forget the concept.
you forgot the concept.
If the brain is eating itself, I mean, when you look at the
Well, that's
autopsy,
your brain has nothing
when
to
you
do
look
with
at the
the mind.
autopsy of the brains of Alzheimer's patients, it looks like
That's the brain.
corn.
That's the
Where are
muscle.
where are
Doesn't
these
mean
concepts other than the brain?
the mind.
The mind is where? What is the mind?
Ask the Buddha.
When you
I
touch
don't know.
certain parts of the brain, certain things happen. So there is a relationship still.
There's a relationship.
A very strong
but
relationship.
The mind is where all this stuff comes from, not the brain.
I still am going to say that there
Well, we
is
know
a
the concept.
The brain
relationship.
is
They have
you
it
can
yet
eat,
allowed
you
the
can
brain.
eat the brain. We can eat monkey brain. You can eat.
Marsanguin.
Huh.
Marsanguin.
We could if we were
This
so
the
inclined.
mind is the aggregate. The mind is the aggregate of the brain and the
Yeah,
consciousness.
I agree.
And
But you can't have one without the other.
we observe on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So
So have a break.
Good.
Then come back again.